G'day, Argy Bargy crew. How you doing? Hope you're having a great day today and your family's happy and healthy. Okay, let's take a look at the latest map combo for ATS version 1.49. This one's quite big. I think you'll enjoy all the different areas on the map that you can explore. Okay, so let's jump. Oh, before we jump straight into it, stick around to the end. I've got something special for you to have a look at the end of the video. All right. So, yeah, this is the base map sort of area here, around here. And we've got coast to coast, goes right across here, right up to Labrador City. We've got Canada and parts of British Columbia, I think it's called, up through here. I'm not from America or Canada, so I don't know exactly what these areas are called, but you can see the names of them. You've got Fort Murray, Dawson's Creek, Corky's Creek, we call it here, Fort Nelson, Fort Simpson, Watson Lake, blah, 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 all the way up through to Prudhoe Bay. Is it Prudhoe Bay, sorry, in Alaska. Then we have Hawaii and some more islands all the way over here. Not sure what they're called, but you get to them by ferry and more here. Back here through, down through San Diego, which now joins into Mexico, Chihuahua, Durango, all these areas, right down through here to Escargot, whatever that is. Nouveau, yeah, and also through to the Caribbean, or Caribbean, whichever you prefer to call it. And now I hope you guys are going to enjoy this, because simple fact is I've spent the last 4 days making sure that all these maps work together. And I mean 4 long days making sure they did, because there was a couple of things that weren't matching up. There was some broken roads, and I discovered which maps and which mods were causing the problems, and I've sorted them out just for you guys so you don't have to do it yourself. So anyway, so as you can see, it's quite big, right from the Caribbean, right up through to Alaska and Labrador City, across to Honolulu, right down through Cabo San Lucas and Sabanuca, all those areas. All right. So there is the map. Now what we'll do is we'll jump out of here and we'll go and have a look at how I've set it up. So here we are in the mod manager. And starting down the bottom, as per usual, we have Alaska, North to the Future. We have the island maps. This one here. And again, I will leave all the links either in the description or with a link to the links, depending on whether or not I can fit them all in the description or not. The last map mod I did, I couldn't fit them all in, so I had to actually post them in the community. All right, then we have the minor urban overhaul. No description, so you don't get to find out what that's about. Mega resources for Reformer. The Reformer map. Reformer Sierra Nevada. Reformer other maps compatibility patch. Now that, make sure that you get the Reformer others maps compatibility patch and not the Reformer other maps compatibility patch SN, because that's just for Sierra Nevada. This one is for all the Reformer and Sierra Nevada. If you only get the Sierra Nevada one and you've got Reformer, what will happen is none of the city names will show up. All right, so remember, this one is not the SN one. It is just the complete Reformer one without the SN. All right. Next is the minor urban overhaul patches, the ferry patch, the compatibility patch, and the other compatibility patch. This one's for Sierra Nevada. This one's for the Reformer map itself. And we have Unimex map. That's the lower parts of Mexico. Project Better Arizona, and the road connection for it to Reformer. Coast to coast, which gives you all the west coast, as you can see here, all the west coast of America. Then you have the Caribbean maps and the coast-to-coast connector, the Pacific map models and the Pacific map. This gives you Honolulu and all that stuff. And then we have, these are paid. Well, I should mention that Alaska is a paid version. If you don't want to use that, there is another Alaskan map that you can get for free, which works as well, just so I don't have it on there. These ones are paid through Patreon. Again, you don't have to have these, so they're optional. ATS expansion, C2C, that's the coast-to-coast connections. Then the models and assets and the map def and prefabs. That tells you all the DLCs that are required. So you're going to need most of, not all, the DLCs. I have all the DLCs, so I would suggest that this may not work if you don't have all of them. Then we have Radiator Springs map. This is an optional. You don't have to have this. But this gives you Radiator Springs, blah, blah, blah. It tells you all there exactly what it's all about. Again, if you want to, you can pause and read that. I'm not going to go all through that. Then you have the Grand Canyon rebuild. Again, it'll tell you there what it does. It just basically brings you the Grand Canyon. Then you have Great Midwest. Plunk. And it, again, requires all the DLCs. It tells you exactly what it does there. Pause it if you want to read. Then we have the CE Dev Ontario edition. And again, you require all the DLCs. And this is to be used with the Ontario and Bonjour Quebec, which we have up here. The Discover Ontario and Bonjour Quebec. And then you have the TGM. I'm not exactly sure. Oh, that's right. This is the Great Mid-North expansion. And this tells you here what you need and what it does. Again, pause if you want to read that. Then we have ATS Mountain reworks. This basically just improves the mountains or the mountainous ranges throughout the map and makes them a little bit more interesting. Then we have Project Michigan and a Project Michigan connection fix. Then we go on to the Pro mods. Now I have the latest Pro mods, which is 1.2.5a. I'm not sure if this will work with the 1.2.5 because I haven't tested it on that. I've only tested it on the latest version. Everything here, bar maybe a couple of things, are the latest versions. Then you have the ProMods Canada CE connection. And again, click. And it tells you all the DLCs it needed and what it does. Pause if you want to read. Then we have the CE NTF road connection, which is North to the Future, which is the Alaskan road connection. We have universal flags fix for ATS is optional. You don't necessarily have to have it, but what this does, again, it explains here that it fixes all the maps and whatnot. My dog's whinging in the background. Hang on for a sec. Couldn't get up on the lounge because the table was in the way. I had to move it for him. All right. So that's all the maps. Now we go up to the top. Oops. To have a look at the background stuff. So we have ATS satellite background. That gives you the beautiful looking satellite image that covers the map. Then we have a crash fix for the huge combo maps. I've put it in there. It was working without it, but I've put it in there just to be on the safe side. So again, this can be optional. If you find that it's crashing for you, then whack it in there. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to. Up to you. Then we have the full screen map. That's so that it spreads out across the full screen in 16.9 resolution. And these, like I say, most of these are free. Again, you can read that by pausing it. So yeah, so they're the things that I've done. Like I say, it's taken me, just over 4 days and late nights and everything, making sure that all these work. And it just increases the size of the map existentially. Don't even know if that's the proper word to use. But so hopefully you enjoyed that. Like I say, stick around after this now. I'll show you something special that I think you might enjoy. This is Project TOC. It's the most modified and arguably beautiful rig in the world, or that's what it's being touted as. It's a Kenworth, and I'll leave the link to the actual story below so you can check it all out. But as you can see, the interior is immaculate. The engine, you could eat your breakfast and tea and lunch and everything off. It's that clean. They've done a fantastic job. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, subscribe, all that stuff. It helps me with the algorithm. Share it, tell your friends, and hopefully we'll catch you in the next one. Bye for now.